Hey guys, welcome to Medicine MMI's video series on common MMI stations. This involves us going through stations which have actually been tested by universities in the past. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Aniket and I'm a 5th year medical student at UCL. This station is all about using your verbal reasoning skills. So you might be wondering why such a simple concept is being tested in a medical school interview. Well, it's important to bear in mind that you'll be dealing with hundreds of patients and explaining so many difficult medical concepts. For example, if someone is having an operation, you have to explain to them what the procedure involves, what the risks are, and why they're having it done. Many doctors that I've seen in my own clinical experience in medical school use a lot of complex terminology and don't express themselves to patients well. The way forward is to be able to break down information by being specific and taking a step-by-step approach. Let's now show you the information the candidate gets at the beginning of the station. How about you pause the video now and have a go either by practicing yourself or asking your family or friend to be the actor. Let's now watch this candidate have a go at the station. I will be giving my analysis at certain points in between.
Hi there. Have you had a chance to read the task?
Yes, I have.
Okay, great. So, can you explain to me how to tie the shoelace?
Oh, yes, of course. So what I want you to firstly do is first take your right hand and grab the right shoelace.
Okay.
Sorry, the left shoelace.
Oh.
Your right and then my left.
I've got it, yeah.
The candidate starts a bit nervous, which is a completely normal way to feel in an interview. They get confused between their right hand side and the actor's right hand side, but they deal with it well and correct their mistakes immediately. They also don't panic and they apologise for their mistake while maintaining their composure. Let's carry on watching.
And then take your left hand and hold the other shoelace.
Okay.
Okay, now pull them apart.
Okay.
Okay, now we want them to just cross your hands over.
Okay. Cross your hands over that.
Not quite. So you want the laces to be crossed over, so that you can clearly see the laces.
So, like, is this wrong?
So it might be easier if you hold the ends of the laces.
Okay.
And then cross them over.
Okay, so the candidate is being very specific in their instructions, and they're using hand gestures when the actor appears not to understand the instructions. The candidate finds a way to rectify the situation. They suggest that they use the end of the shoelaces. Being able to think of solutions in a short space of time is something that medical school are looking for. Let's continue.
Okay, now what we want to do is use your left hand with the lace in your hand and pull it round into the gap.
Okay.
Put it round and put it into the gap that you've made.
Okay, just about getting there. Oh, no. So you're going to hold them like this and then put your left hand. But then how's my left
okay,
hand?
you can let go of the shoelace, the left shoelace now if you want.
The candidate is unfortunately now getting themselves into a muddle. The reason this has happened is because the actor is not following the instructions they've been given. At this point, the candidate could easily become frustrated and angry. But this candidate calms the actor and starts again.
Now cross over, use your left hand and grab the shoelace from behind the lace that you're holding.
This one, yeah?
So from behind the lace that you're holding.
Okay.
And then, use your thumb to push that shoelace through the gap. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, now you can pull the shoelace that you just pulled through the gap.
Pull this.
The one that you just pushed through the gap.
Oh.
Okay, do that again. So that left shoelace, and now just pull them together out apart.
Yeah.
The other side, the other way.
Like that. And
Okay.
now.
Just pull them apart.
Pull
Pull them, Okay, great. So you've made your first tie.
Okay, great.
So now what we want to do is
Is that it then? Or?
Okay, so that's the first step.
Okay.
Now then we can go into the second step.
Okay.
Now just make 2 loops on either side. So firstly use your right hand and make a loop with the right shoelace.
Okay, so like a loop like that.
Yeah, and then, so just make a loop and then hold where the shoelace is close to the shoe. Now do the same with the other hand.
You can see that the candidate is a lot more confident than they were at the beginning of the station. This is completely natural, and what you need to ensure is that you're motivating throughout. I guess one thing that the candidate could improve on is speaking more slowly, as often they're giving a lot of information in one go, which can be difficult to process. Let's continue watching.
Okay.
Now I want you to do the same thing as you did with the shoelaces, but now you just have 2 loops. So I want you to tie the 2 loops together.
Will it help if I put these together like a little bit like this?
Yeah, that might help.
Okay.
Okay. So now just pull that apart and try and make a tie.
Okay.
Okay. Now pull the loop on your left-hand side.
Okay.
And pull that through the gap, just like you did in the first instance. Okay, now pull them apart. Okay, now you have a tied shoelace.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, you're
Thank
welcome.
So, that's the end of the station. Overall, what the candidate did well was he set out the task, step by step, speaking slowly, he was specific, he was noticing the interviewers not following your step and then was correcting them, he was breaking down each step, he was being patient, and he was motivating him to keep going. I guess the things he could improve on are, rather than going straight into this task, asking them what they know already, and speaking a bit more slowly, as it was fast at times. Here is our examiner's card. Pause the video now and have a read.
The candidate does not introduce themselves, so unfortunately, they don't score a mark for this. The candidate should start off by explaining what the task involves and what the aim of it is, so unfortunately he scores 0 here too. The candidate builds a good rapport with the actor and is able to understand where the actor is going wrong, so he scores 2. The candidate instructions are very clear and easy to follow, so they score 2 here. The candidate pauses in between each instruction to ensure that the actor has taken it on board, so scores 2 here. The candidate corrects the actor as well and is specific in outlining where the actor has gone wrong, and therefore scores 2. The candidate could be a bit more encouraging, so he scores 1 mark here. The candidate is responsive to all difficulties the actor has, so he scores 2. The candidate doesn't thank the actor, so he scores 0.
Do you have an interview for medicine, dentistry or veterinary school? The interview is the final hurdle of your application, but also the most competitive. Are you nervous about your interview or unsure where to start preparation? Here's where we can help. With a few clicks, you'll get access to 100 Medic Mind video tutorials covering 10 hours of theory, 150 MMI stations, live weekly webinars and more. You'll get a breakdown of all the topics interviews typically cover and real-life MMI stations. Our award-winning interview course is trusted by over 12,000 students in over 37 countries and has been written by official medical school examiners. So, what are you waiting for? Get started on our course today.